Where am I at? Where's my camera? My camera, my camera. Hey, camera, how you doing? No. Oh gosh, don't pay me no mind. I had to come here from work. Whew. But I know y'all are like, wait a minute, I haven't heard from Philly Finest, the Sony show in so long. Don't worry about it because I was streaming from home until we got a little glitch. And every time there's a glitch here, there's a glitch on my system. So I haven't been really on. But I'm back at the station, boy. Oh my gosh, I got up here to talk about, what I talk about, things I like talking about. So yeah, let me see how we going. Can y'all hear me, Philly Hot? Can y'all hear me? Oh my gosh, the phone lines. Let me see if the phone lines. Yeah, the phone lines work. 484-477-6348. Dang, I remember the number. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, young and old, I am back. I haven't been gone for a minute, or has it been a minute? Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been some months. It's been since COVID. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little hesitant about coming back to the station. I'm sitting up here like, whoo, yeah, boy. I'm not trying to catch whatever's out there, but I've been trying to stream from home. I've been really active out here doing some stuff. But anyway, I got some good news. Some good news is I'm back, boy. Not that I left. Management loves me. Isn't it right, Philly Hot Radio? Y'all love me. But I am doing a spinoff from the radio. I'm keeping the radio. And I'm doing the Sony Show podcast, my own YouTube, where I am mobile. That means I go to wherever the news is. And my first, save that juicy part. But anyway, I'm back. I'm back on the air. So if you want to hit me up, call 484-477-6348. Check out your girl, the Sony Show. Yeah, boy, I'm live. PhillyHotRadio.com. Check me out on YouTube right now. Philly Hot Radio right now. You get to see your girl. You get to make some comments. Yeah, boy. But in the meantime, and all up in between time, I came back here because it's like, I'm extremely late. I'm not gonna lie. I had to make a stop and then traffic, and then some guy decided he wanted to ride me, and I'm like, wait a minute, he must didn't know my driving skills. Yeah, wrong move. But anyway, call me up, 484-477-6348. Let's talk. But I came in here specifically to talk about domestic abuse. Ooh, that hidden thing that people don't want to talk about too much because it's like, it's embarrassing, like people getting hit and, there's a lot of things to go on about that. But if y'all remember, I used to come on here and I've discussed a lot of things, talked about a lot of issues, mental, physical, and domestic abuse is like, on top of suicide. It's like, with this COVID, it's not a good look. And I read a poem, dang, and I didn't do it, but I had a poem I had posted on my page, and it was, I got flowers today. And basically it was, the lady was saying how she had gotten flowers, because when, the male was abusive to her, he got her flowers because he was abusive that day. He had beat her up that day, so he got her some flowers. He wound up hitting her a little bit harder. The next time he got her some flowers. The last time he got her some flowers, she actually died from her injuries, so she never got the chance to see the flowers, but she knows she got some flowers. And if you Google the poem, I got flowers today, and you analyze it like I had, and it's like, wow. At the very end of the poem, they wanted to know why she stayed. And I had made a point about, or I tried to make some points. And let me say this, my views are not the views of Philly Hot Radio, so I wanted to make that clear that, we don't share the same views when it comes to some issues that, I throw out. But pretty much when someone is in a abusive relationship, the first thing someone wants to know is, what did you do? You know, what did you say? You had to have said something. You know, it had to be you. And it's like, let me not put an X in that box, because not every time someone is in an abusive relationship, that victim is the one that started anything. It could be the perpetrator that has some deep-rooted issues that has not been resolved, and just so happens that, you know, how that saying go, you know, the person close to you is the one that gets attacked. She just happened to be that one close that got attacked. So stop trying to always assume that everyone that does something or has something done to them, you know, was the one that triggered it. That's not always true. But let me say this one. I stand by this one. I am adamant that no matter what the situation is, unless it's in self-defense, that no man and or woman should be laying hands on anyone under any circumstances unless it is for self-defense. You have these ladies that put their fingers in a guy's face and they put their chest out, you know, like Kevin Hott, and they saying it with their chest out, intimidating that guy, you know, provoking that guy, provoking that person to hit them just so they can say, hey, you know, you're going to jail. That's not good either. I don't believe any female should be putting any male in any situation to where as though he feels as though my best scenario is to mush her in the face, to mug her, and then as soon as he makes physical contact, then, I need to call the cops or call, you know, the baddest of the baddest family members to come out. I don't think that's cool at all. I really don't think it's cool that any man should put his hands on a female for any reason unless it is in self-defense. Mush her in the face because I got to get out of here. I'm going to say it again. My views are not the views of Philly Hot Radio, but I'm going to say it one more time. You know, you can call me the biggest bitch. You can call me a faggot. You can call me whatever you want to, but I'm going to be the biggest faggot and bitch free. Because the thing is, once, you know, you put hands on a female, you are likely to go to jail. So let me get out of the way so that I can avoid jail time, loss of a job, paycheck, and whatever else that's going on because I have an issue standing in front of me. But I did wanted to touch on that. Well, that was another reason why I came to the station. One, because, again, I have not been here since when? COVID. And I think the last time I stepped foot back in the station was probably August, if I'm not mistaken. I did a short show and I had left. I literally drove to Philadelphia like, and I got greeted with police just flying up the street. And I'm like, this is it's kind of interesting because I had missed it. I'm in the country, so I don't get to hear police, you know, driving up and down the streets and sirens going off and, man, we don't do that where I'm at. So, you know, to come back home and to be greeted like that was like, I think I'll stay home. So I had been streaming from home. And like I said, you know, when there's a glitch here at the station, it's a glitch at my equipment. So I haven't been here for a while, but, you know, trying to get up on equipment and stuff and whatnot. And it's like, like my brain is not, my equipment is not like, but it's okay. It's all right. So I'm here. I'm back. Like, technically I really hadn't left, but I'm back. PhillyHotRadio.com. Like, check me out on PhillyHotRadio.com. Live internet, live YouTube. I'm just saying, in the meantime, and all of in between time, you can call me in 484-477-6348. Woo, that's a tongue twizzler right there. But I have been good. I've been making some moves behind the scenes. I'm just saying, and I'm loving it. And life has been, God has been, and gratefulness am I, you know, meeting, making moves, networking. Yes. So for those who don't know, my Sony show, I keep the Sony show here at Philly Hot. And I feel as though the actual Sony Corporation cannot physically touch me because I'm not using their name as they are. But when it came time for me to branch off and do a spin-off from the radio to the actually Sony show, I had to alter my name. I've been used to spelling my name as the Sony Corporation since I have been born, and to get unused to it, Sony. But anyway, so let me tell you, I had a interview with the mayor of Atlantic City, January the 4th, which was my birthday. So I took Sony up to Atlantic City to meet with the mayor, Marty Smalls Sr., and then I wound up traveling over to interview with a Ian Smith. Now, the gym has since closed since my interview, but this was a young man that had defined the governor's executive order to shut down his gym. And he fought it for a very long time. And literally, I believe maybe a week after I got the interview, the governor went into, got an order and went into the company's bank account and withdrew everything that was in there. This company, this gym, was on the verge of a little over $1.2 million they had accumulated in fines and fees because he refused to shut the doors of his gym. So in defiance, I'm like, hey, I reached out to to the governor, Murphy, to see if he wouldn't mind, sitting with us and probably trying to work out some sort of a deal with this, but that never happened. Before I can even get, heads or tails with the governor of Atlantic City, the gym owner and the gym was actually closed. So that was kind of interesting. But moving forward, I have been on my A game. Of course, anybody that knows me, I'm grinding, I'm hustling, I'm grinding. And my very first upcoming interview with a death row case, is coming soon. So I had reached out to a young man who's out here fighting 24 years for his brother who's been on death row for a crime allegedly that he had not committed. And what I love about this is I had to first research a lot of it. When I first researched, anybody that knows me probably don't know that my communications was not my major. And communications was something that I had never thought of. My field would have been law. So I went to Wilder University. So those who don't know, I hit the dean's list twice. Got my 2 scholarships and I backed off. But my ultimate was to be a lawyer, and then I had to literally sit back and think about some stuff because when I had first branched out, it was like, I had to do a paper, and I did one on recidivism. And I was like, it's very interesting to see the number of black people versus white people being incarcerated for pretty much the same crime, but their sentence had been a little bit higher. It's like, why do they keep coming back? Various reasons. But I literally had to think about it long and hard. To be a prosecutor means that I have to look at all of the facts, and then I have to abide by the law, the guidelines of the law. And the law says this is a death penalty case. Red flag, and red flag. I can't put myself in that situation and say, okay, this is going to be a death penalty case, and I'm going to handle this case as if such. And then my ultimate goal is to make sure that the perpetrator gets exactly what it is the guidelines say I have to qualify that person for. So cancel Christmas on that one. Now comes the defense. Now that means I'm going to be a defense attorney, which means I got to make sure I get this person off to the best of my ability so they cannot come back and say, I didn't get a fair trial, which means I'm looking at evidence, and based off evidence, this person is a scumbag. But I have to take my personal beliefs out of and give this person the best of my ability. And could I sleep with that? Knowing this person did it. But my defense is I have to get this person about as lenient sentence as possible. I couldn't do that. So then I said, okay, well, I'll take corporate law. And I'm sitting up here like, what dang? Corporate law, you suck because you're the big guys and you just, you keep putting your foot on the little guys. So my job is to make sure I get your foot off of the little guy. And that's, yeah. Going up against the big corporations is a humdinger. But I didn't pursue it. A lot of things happened, took place in my life. And I'm like, there's other avenues of law, but I wasn't intrigued by wills and deeds and taxes, and that wasn't me. My heart was always set in criminal. But I had to flip the coin, prosecutor or defense, death penalty, getting this person off, and then look at somebody that I got off. And then I look at the families, and like, hey, I had to do my job, and my job is to get this person off. But anyway, so after reading up and watching tons of interviews, from Dr. Phil to voices with Oprah to T.I. to Beyonce, I had to, it was just one snag that caught me. And the first one was an initial lie, and I'm like, oh, yeah, guilty. But let me continue on, so if you're wondering, who this person is, his name is Rodney Reed. So he's from, Burstrap, Texas. So he was convicted in 1996, April of 1996, of an alleged kidnapping, rape, and murder of a Stacey Stites, allegedly. Even though he's been incarcerated 20-something years, courts came back and said they were like maybe 2-3 days into his actually being put on death row. They halted it. It was 120 days and then came back later, and now it's indefinite. So he's still sitting on death row because a lot of evidence came forward. And when I initially read it, I'm like, man is guilty. He has 2 cases, prior, and it was like, ugh. But then let me dig some more, because that's what you're supposed to do, not just as a journalist, but when you're talking about law, you're supposed to exhaust every avenue. And I'm reading some more and I'm watching some more, and it's like very interesting that I got a young lady that was a young white woman that was killed allegedly by a black man, allegedly. And at first they, of course, with any case, it's the person that's close to you, which would have been her fiance, who just happens to be a police officer. And somewhere through in there, found out that, they ruled him out without doing a lot of investigating. There were 4 police officers in question around this case, and 2 just happens to have been killed. One allegedly committed, quote unquote, committed suicide. Both families are not in agreement with that. They really don't believe that this was some mere accident, that their loved ones just happened to die, that was attached to this Stacey Stites case. And then to find out that the police officer in question, once he got his vehicle back, he got it detailed and then he sold it. So it's like, that's evidence. And how did you manage to rid evidence before the case was officially resolved? So there's a lot of things going on about this case that made me say, okay, I need to, you know, sit on this for a very long time because it's not sitting well with me. Hadn't passed the bar, but I know a little bit about a little bit. So, you know, like I said, I reached out to the family and I have been granted a interview. I participated in the Zoom they had what is it? The Innocence Project. So, this is kind of cool, you know. But to know that my name now is going to be, in my interview, is going to be attached to, you know, not just celebrities or politicians, which was one would have been now is the VP, Camilla Harris. She's adamant about it. But his court case is actually coming back up. So 2021 court case is coming back up, which means the courts are allowing all this new evidence to come forth to either say we're going to give him another shot at this or we're just going to let him go. And yeah, it's not sitting too well with me. So I hope and pray that they just let him go. So that's the spinoff. The spinoff. And that's just one of many things that I have been blessed to be a part of. So the Sony show and the Sony show. So I got two Sony shows going on because when I originally started off, it was something else and something else. And then I dropped it and changed the name. And then it was something else and something else. And I dropped it and changed the name. And then it became Philly Finest. And I was like, okay, I'll keep Philly Finest. And yeah. So I got to see if I can go back to Philly Finest because management has not taken that name off. I'm still under Philly Finest. If you go on Philly Hot Radio right now, Philly Hot Radio right now, phillyhotradio.com right now, you will see Philly Finest. Yeah. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. You know, I got here a little late, so pardon me. You know, I had to come here, and I'm here. But I wanted to discuss, you know, a lot of things, but one of the things I wanted to discuss. If you go on YouTube right now, which I need to be going on, right? Wait a minute. I don't even think I'm on YouTube. Am I on YouTube? Anyway, there's a training going on. See, Tracy? Yeah, there is a training going on. So I don't even think I was on YouTube. Oh. I don't think I was on YouTube, but it's okay. You can still call me up, right? You can still call me. You can still holler at me and be like, yeah, boy. Am I still on? Am I on? Yup, I'm on. Yup. You can check me out, phillyhotradio.com. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah. All right. I gotta get in here. No. What do I do with everything? Oh my gosh. Am I on? I'm on. I'm on YouTube. Oh my gosh. Oh. I'm on YouTube. Oh. All right. So what was I talking about? I was talking about domestic abuse. Why these ladies stay? Ladies stay for various reasons. They stay because, you know, they're dependent on the guy. Sometimes you get the jerks that, you know, make them feel like they less than human, especially if they have control over them, the money, you know, they buying the things, they're handling business. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of reasons why low self-esteem for some ladies. They really love him. They believe, hey, you know, he can change. I can change him. We got back together. You know, it's various reasons. But moreover, I just wanted to know, why do guys act the way they do? Minus, you know, the ladies that put themselves in that situation. Why? But anyway, you okay, Tracy?
Yeah, I just catch my breath before I leave.
Okay.
Them steps kill me.
You gonna be all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be good.
Yeah, you have to. We need you.
Okay.
Yeah. Show wouldn't go on without you. So I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm gonna be here for a hot minute. But anyway, call me up 484-477-6348. Let's talk. Let's find out what it is we're gonna talk about. Cause like I said, I wanted to talk about domestic abuse, domestic violence, and what how do we get rid of it? How do you like where does it start? Therapy, does it work? Does it not work? Yeah, there's a lot going on, especially with COVID and people being confined and, trying to do what they can do. But yeah, but I'm at the station, boy. I came in, PhillyHotRadio.com. Yeah, I couldn't go wrong. Call me up, 484-477-6348. Let's see, is the phone line working? Phone line working. Yeah, I know. I didn't schedule a show today, but it's okay. It's all right. So y'all can go on YouTube. Y'all can check me out. Philly Hot Radio. Yup. Call in. Yup. I'm all up. So let's see. I'm so newsy. But I know I've been going for a minute. I feel like popping a rap song. I've been going for a minute, but it's okay. I'm back. Yeah. See what we could talk about. But I wonder, what I'm talking about? Laziness. Yeah, these people that are lazy. I be hooking you up with people that don't follow through. That's not good. Got the chance to meet up with George Floyd's family. Had them fly down, attend an event. That was very interesting. Had the man at my house. Got to go to the march on Harrisburg. So it's been a lot going on. Trying to keep active, trying to keep busy, trying to stay proactive, trying to mind my business. Yeah, let's talk about that one. I see a lot of people doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, I see that one. Yeah. Oh, did I tell you I had a coat drive? My very first coat drive. I know, Philly. I got so much to talk about. I did my very first coat drive. It was wonderful. I had bags, and I still have bags of coats. So now we're supposed to be working on 2 more coat giveaway, clothes giveaway, food giveaway next month. Chef Lamont and I. So, God, there's been so much I wanted to share since my hiatus, but I'm back. Sorry I didn't bring a show today, but it's okay. It's all right. I'm here. So anyway, like I said, I've been going from the station for a minute. PhillyHotRadio.com. Check me out live internet, live YouTube, live Facebook, live. I'm just live. But I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. And management was like, "What you doing here?" Yeah, my show was scheduled for 5. They got me down for a different time, but it's okay. It's all right. It's okay. I'm here. So I'm doing what I gotta do. I'm doing what I'm doing. And like I said, I have been blessed beyond. In spite of what's going on in my life, in spite of, the storm that I'm in spite of, the things that I'm looking at like in such disbelief, I'm happy, I'm grateful, I'm humbled, and this is like, wow. I remember in 2019, everybody's preparing for 2020, and my business manager, in 2018, my business manager was like, you need to start getting ready for 2020. And I'm sitting up here like, we didn't even get to 2019. Can we get to 2019 before I start thinking about 2020? And soon as 2019 came, I literally was in the 2020 mode. Like I was trying to gear up for 2020. I just didn't know COVID was coming, that was going to put a damper on a lot of things. But like I always said, there's always a positive in every negative. It's just how you look at things. Now, while you're so busy whining, bitching, and complaining, please, yes, I did cuss. I didn't curse. Curse is a form of a hex. I don't do all that. I use profanity. But and while some are so busy whining, bitching, and complaining, you got to remember there's a lot of times you sat back and said, man, if it was more time in a day, oh man, I ain't have enough time to do this. Oh, so COVID came and it said, hey, I'm gonna put a pause on the cause just for you, just so you can get yourself together. And a lot of people are still whining, bitching, and complaining. And here was your golden opportunity right in the middle of COVID. I get it. It caused people to lose some jobs, some of their homes, families broke up, and, you got to separate the children. I get all of that. But minus those minor headaches, this was your golden opportunity when COVID came to say, all them times you was whining, bitching, and complaining about getting some things done because you didn't have enough time. You had plenty of time now. And I'm finding out there's a lot of people that are still procrastinating. I don't know why, but this was a golden time. Get all your stuff together so when everything opens up, you got your game plan in. Some people did, some people didn't. I looked at COVID like, hey, you don't bother me, and I ain't gonna bother you. We had that agreement. I was like, deuces. So I did what I had to do. I come up with the ideas, I run it by, and they like it, they don't, and make it move. If it pops, it pops. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And it wound up popping. So I, looked at COVID like, thank you, and it said, you welcome. And moving forward, that's it. So, yeah. So I wasn't giving up Philly Hot Radio, even though I had not been here in months. Management knew my situation, and it wasn't like a big secret. It's just that, I have everything I need equipment-wise to stream from home. But again, when it's funky at the station, it's funky at my end. So I really can't, do what I wanted to do like I was doing from home. But, it's okay. I still made sure I kept Philly Hot active. I still promoted. I still put me out there. I still, made sure everyone knew that, I had not left. I'm still here. So, like I told management, I'm going to make Philly Hot Radio pop like it was a WDAS or Boom 103.9 or whatever other station is out here because my name is attached to it. So when I come in, I'm coming all in. So I say all of that to say, I'm back, boy. But in the meantime, and all up in between time, it feels so good to sit behind the microphone. It was like, I got the stuff and they rearranged. So if anybody remembers, I literally started off, no, actually I didn't. Started off in Clifton Heights. And then we came here, and this was actually where we started off at. We, meaning me and my former co-host, and we started off right in here, right in this studio, right here, and then it moved us over, and now we're back. So actually, now I'm back. But anyway, I'm back. So for those that missed it, I was basically talking about domestic abuse, domestic violence, and some of the reasons why the females stay. And it varies. It varies, and it varies for numerous reasons. You got to remember years ago when a man was being physical with his spouse, his significant other, there were no laws in place. So pretty much a man was like in possession of his spouse, pretty much. Looked at her as she was property. I do with my property as I want to do with my property until law got enforced and said, nah, it really doesn't work that way. But it took some years before actual police officers would just look at it like, okay, this is actual domestic, this is really serious. Because on a flip note, if a female called and the police came, they would take the guy to the side and, whisper something in his ear, don't do this or don't do that. And she's thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to breathe a little bit. And he was reunited to do it all over again. Things have changed, but still the mindset when you get someone, which is why I said on my Facebook Live yesterday that the human organ, I believe one of the deadliest organs or one of the deadliest weapons to man is the tongue. Which is why God is adamant about us being careful as to what we say. We can be angry. He understands it, but we're not to act in anger. And two things that tongue can do, it can either hurt and or harm someone. And if you looking at someone with low self-esteem and you say words that are not encouraging, you're nothing without me, you'll never be anything, you're low life. When you talk down, they tend to believe those things. So it's like, where am I going to go? I get I'm 40, 50, 67 years old, but if this is all I know and I have that low self-esteem and then I have no one in community, friends and or family to help me, then I'm more likely going to believe what this person is saying about me. And the flip side is that man knows what he's saying. He knows what he's doing. He knows he has what we call controlling, or he's controlled this person to the point where, hey, I can't. Where am I going to go? He already told me I'm nothing without him. No one's gonna like me, love me. Who's gonna take me in? You're useless. So you give you all these, reasons as to why you should stay in that relationship, because this is all I know. I don't have a job. I don't have an education. Financially supports me. Me and the children. Where we're gonna go. The system, is set up not for me. So there's a lot of factors, but what I don't like is two things. I don't like when someone is in a situation where they don't see their way out, and you have family and or friends that know that. And instead of saying, I can help you, they choose to take whatever it is they can get to what we call gossip, or what I call gossip. And that's a pet peeve I don't like. You're not getting, let me just clear this up. Gossiping gets you nothing. When it's all said and done and somebody wants to know who said what, who do you think they're going to go back and say? You. Okay. So it's not like you're getting an extra paid day vacation, any vacation, a home, a bill being paid. You're not getting your hair and nails done. Like health benefits, there's nothing coming from gossiping about somebody other than you just spreaded something that probably could have been used wisely, like helping that person. But sometimes we rather hinder that person than help. Yeah. Sort of trying to make you look better than that person when actually you're really not. Yeah. And then I have those people that if you're not gossiping, then you're not helping them. And then you see them struggling, but then I get the ones that want to help, but they want to get recognized for it. Let me make sure the cameras and the lights are on me, because I always want to have that memento. Like I want that medal. I just, no, if you're not going to help from the heart, don't help at all. Keep that tongue on vibrate, like just rotating in your mouth, because what happens is that tongue that is not, if it's not helping, then you're hindering. That tongue, that boneless organ that rests right in your mouth, it does two things. It can either help you or it can hurt you. And I didn't know for years I was hurting people because I did not know that sarcasm was a sin. So I said it freely and I said it with pure joy. It was like, hey, I will cut you with my tongue and, watch you bleed and keep it moving until I found out that was a sin. So I had to keep my words closely to me because that's not a beautiful look. To see you destroy somebody is not a beautiful look. It may make you feel good temporarily, but when conscience comes to play, it's not a real good look. It's not a good feeling. So, I had to learn to redirect my tongue because I was not using it in a helpful way, more in a hurting way. And when tables are turned, karma comes, yeah, I didn't like that feeling. So anyway, a lot of reasons why ladies stay, children, money, finances, low self-esteem. But then, why is it always that person had to have done something, which raises a red flag to me? Why couldn't that person, that perpetrator, have issues, some deep-rooted issues that maybe have not been resolved, maybe that person wasn't the first time, maybe it's been doing it. It's a pattern. Um, but yeah, I really believe that, people that have these deep rooted issues um, need help. You really need, you need anger management and you need professional help. Some don't see it, but if you look at the victims that you're hurting, that may be a cue for you to say, yeah, maybe I may just need some help. And it's not just always that person. Because if you're constantly being heard that, you have a problem by various people, then maybe it's time to say, hey, maybe I do have an issue. So I'm here at the station, phillyhotradio.com. Call me up, 484-477-6348. I have not been here in months. Thank you, COVID. Yeah. But I have not been here, but I've made mention, this is my show. I'm here. We're Philly Hot. I'm live, YouTube, internet, and I'm on Facebook. And so there's a lot going on in my life, things I wish had not happened, but they have, things I have to learn to grow from, and they hurt. Um, Yeah, but I'm here. I'm grateful. I wake up every day grateful. I go to sleep every day grateful. And there's so much in life to be grateful for. It took me a minute to get here because I'm looking at people like, how are you laughing in that? And yeah, you have to you have to find a positive in every negative. There's always a positive in every negative. I don't care what it is you're going through, and I say it on my social media pages, all the time, to stay focused. And I try to emphasize to people what that means to me, when you stay focused. Every man is not immune from being the next I'm in my storm person. Our storms are always different. They vary. Some are short, some are long, some are lessons, some are seasons. But while you're in it, growth does come. It hurts, but growth does come. And I had to hit many a storms to learn that there's always a positive in every negative. I'm sitting up here homeless. I don't have any food. I don't have any money, but I'm alive. And when you're homeless, you're sitting up here like, what is so positive about that? Because if you start learning to appreciate some of the things that you have, just some of the things that you have, you're sitting up here with your nice little apartment. For you, it's a rinky dink, but you're whining, bitching, and complaining all the time about, you want a house, but you won't even be grateful for the apartment that you have. It's a rinky dink. But let me put it to you this way. There's somebody sleeping on a park bench who would love to be able to get in your little rinky dink because on a good day, they would love to go to the toilet, not in the bushes. They would love to be able to turn on the water and just have it, just saturate their body and take a shower with it and not try to figure out where can I go to just smell a little human. Yeah. Some of the things that we take for granted, we are a spoiled nation. Let's be real and honest about it. We are a very spoiled group of individuals. We really are. We have an excess. My bishop would always say, if you have more than 2 shirts, you have excess. And I'm sitting up here. There was a time when I had almost, 50, 60 pairs of shoes. I had excess. Did I wear them all? No. But I loved shoes and I had to have them. But, you have that rinky-dink apartment. And instead of saying, I have a roof over my head, it's not the best, but I'm not sleeping outside. I have heat that keeps the element of the outdoors away from me. I don't have to worry about when it rains, it's on my head. Appreciate some of the things that you have so that when God says, my faithful servant, you will get that house. But Dad, first you got to treat your rinky-dink apartment as if it is the castle of on the king's next to God's gate, so you can get those things. But you got to appreciate what you have first. That's like, let's be real. Why would I want to give you anything else when you're not even appreciating what you already have? I'm not going to give you anything, and you're not even going to at least say thank you. I appreciate it. That's like the ultimate. I bend over backwards when you say thank you, but you're going to look at what I give you and be ungrateful and, diminish what I gave you. Yeah. So you wonder why some people are still sitting where they are sitting, still whining, bitching, and complaining, because they haven't learned that lesson. Being grateful for whatever it is that you have, whatever it is, because I guarantee you there's someone out here wishing they had what you had. Remember Hurricane Houston came? People were still whining and bitching and complaining. Like, yo, wait a minute. These people literally woke up with their foot touching some water. You get to touch what? A cold floor or maybe some carpet, and you want to whine, bitch, and these people still trying to figure out where they're going to go. Yeah. But yeah, there's always a positive in every negative. There really is. So I just wanted to share that. So I am back at the station, PhillyHottRadio.com. Yeah, haven't been in a minute. Like I said, I wanted to talk about domestic abuse and I try to touch on things that are close to home to me, without going into a lot of stuff. I got engaged. For those that missed out on it, got postponed, and then a lot of things happened. So we'll see where that goes. But building a relationship with my mother, so I never thought that one would come. But well, actually, I can say I did know that. I'm trying to like stay focused on one without going all over. But I hadn't been here in a while, so I know my listening audience is like, yo, where has she been? She keeps posting about the radio, but I haven't seen her on the radio, and you haven't seen me on the radio because again, when things are a little haywire at the station, they are haywire because my equipment is all connected to Philly Hot Radio. So, if I don't get anything good at the station, I'm not going to get anything good when I stream from wherever I stream. So I'm just blessed that I was able to buy all the equipment that I need so I can be mobile with Philly Hot Radio. But yeah, I'm loving, how does it say? You love the skin that you're in. I'm loving the walk that I'm in. I'm loving it. I'm in some stuff, but like I said, growth came and I had to learn how to smile through it, boy. I had to learn how to smile through the stuff, because I'm telling you, boy, when the storm comes, it's like, whoo. I used to have my pity parties, and I used to tell God, you can't come. And next day I wake up like, all right, God, what we gonna do? And then I kept having these pity parties till it went from days to just a couple of minutes, because I just needed to breathe. Like, yo, I can't believe this is in my face. Let me just breathe just a little bit. And then we go back to it. Now I don't even have pity parties. I don't have time for pity parties. It is what it is. It hurts. You laugh, you cry, you move on, you press forward, and you got to go for it, and some sit and some sulk and some go. And, I sit and sulk and I go. So I wrap it all up in one. But yo, I'm here. I'm at PhillyHotRadio.com. Check me out on YouTube. Yo, what's up, YouTube? How you doing? Check me out live. You can call in 484-477-6348. You can call in. Let me make sure the phone line work. Yeah, boy, phone line work. You can call in. We can talk, wrap it up, because actually I'm not going to be here long. Yeah, I got here a little late. Had to make a run, but I'm here. So I'm here. So if you don't know, let me bust a move and let you know that I am doing my own separate podcast, the Sony Show, SONI, not the Y. I miss my name, but I'm doing my own Sony Show podcast. It's YouTube. So let me tell you, when I used to when I first started doing my Stay Focused a couple of years ago, I didn't know where it was going. I really didn't see it being, I looked at it like it was a fad. Before I would go in the house, I would, tell everybody to stay focused. I get on Facebook and tell y'all to stay focused and, didn't care, what was going on in your life because at that time I was going through some stuff, but I put that smile on, and I walked around and y'all just thought that, oh my gosh, she's just living her best life. And I'm sitting up here like, no, when I tell you that I'm going through some stuff, I'm going through some stuff. When I sit up here and tell you, I really don't care what you're going through, because trust me, I understand. Like, I needed y'all to understand, like, I was really going through some stuff. So it wasn't like I was just spitting words just to be spitting words. I'm telling you from first-hand experience, when you stay focused, everything that God has for you is coming to you. Like, but you got to stay focused, because what's going to happen? And I said it in three, I think I said it just like this. Three things that happen when you decide to stay focused. Your enemies and your haters, your doubters and your naysayers, they're going to come for you. Oh, yeah. Always putting the finger, always throwing up your past, they shut the door in your face knowing daggone well they can help you. It always got something negative. That didn't work. Then comes Satan. Oh, yeah. He remembered the last time he threw that storm your way and how you just buckled. You just gave in. You was like, fuck it, I'm done. And he's coming back a little bit harder and a little bit of what, the last time he remembered. And then comes the last. That's when God sits up there and he says, hey, my faithful servant, you have endured all of that. As such, I'm going to greatly reward you. But you got to stay focused. You do. What does that mean? Like you keep saying, stay focused. Well, let me just break it down to you like this. A lot of people want to, achieve some things in life. And the first thing they think is, I ain't got no money. You don't need money. I didn't go to college for communication. I went to college to go for law. I got hemmed up in it. And I'm like, yo, I need to know some law. Didn't graduate, didn't finish, but I know me some law. Here's the other thing. Who's going to support me? Don't focus on who's going to support you. How about that? Put all of you in you, invest in you, and then it'll pay off. Don't worry about, if they like it, don't like, if they hit the like button, if they don't. Focus on you. We tend to stare at things that are irrelevant when you're trying to make progress in your life, But just do you. Here's another thing what I mean by stay focused. You got that coworker, that act like they the boss. You got the boss that, barely want to be the boss, and it's hard to stay focused because I'm sitting up here doing my job, but this one over here acting like they the boss and they trying to give out orders and you ain't even do your job. And then I got the supervisor, the manager, just acting like I'm only here to grab a check, but. Then you got that husband act like he's single, he out here looking like he all of that. And and then you got the children swinging from the chandelier. You sitting up here like, well, how they get a job? Like, wait a minute, where they get the car in the house from? I pray, I tithe, I'm going to service. And they out here doing drugs. They got a house. But stay focused, because little do you know, they're like what? 2 months behind or getting the car and or the house repossessed. But see, you don't know that. You don't know that when they go inside, she's probably sleeping around. He's whipping her behind. You don't know that, because once they come outside, you sitting up there like, oh, they so pretty. No, they not. No, I want to no. Wrong choice of words is to go before God and say, I want what they have. No, you don't. No. That's where stay focused comes in it. Because you're looking on the outside rather than the inside. You thinking, oh my gosh, because they come outside, he got his hand draped around her, they high-fiving each other, everything is hokey-dory, and they get inside and it's hell going through. But you see, you don't see that side. So no, you want what God has for you. This is why I always tell people, stay focused. I don't really, trust me, I really don't give two rats behind what's going on in your life. Is I just care about that you stay focused because you keep going to God talking about something. Yo, God, what happened? What's the first thing He's gonna say? Well, what had happened was I sent you your blessing, but you were so busy worrying about other stuff that you missed it. Now, when I'm gonna send that blessing back again, I don't know. And if you remember what it was like when you was asking for that blessing, you remember what it was like. You was crying, you was teary-eyed, you couldn't sleep, you was restless. Think about that. Just think about it ponder it for a hot minute. That's enough. That's enough right there. Yeah, that right there. That's a deal breaker. Because when I tell you to stay focused, you remember what it was like when you was crying. You was belt over and snot coming all over, and you couldn't see the light because everything was foggy, and you kept crying and begging, pleading for God, and so when he turns around and decide to give you your blessing and then you're focusing on other stuff, what's going to happen is you're going to go right back in that state again. You're going to be whining, bitching, and complaining again like, yo, God, what happened? Well, what had happened was I sent you. Just stay focused. Don't worry about why they have it, who has it, why you don't have it. Worry about whatever it is that you have now. Just focus on that one. How about that one? Just stay focused on that one. Yeah. So that's what I was promoting, pushing out there. My Stay Focused signature, which is attached to my emails. I got a social media page that I need to start plugging again. I had shirts. So right now, the Sony show, which is SONI, my business manager decided to put Stay Focused on there. And I spell focus without the ED. And I get it. I was getting hit with a lot of people like, that's not how you spell focus. That's how I spell focus, because you got to remember, I need people to focus on the message, not my grammar. Focus on the message, not the messenger. I'm giving you a message and you're not receiving the message because you're worried about, oh my gosh, she didn't put the ED at the end of focus. That was the whole point. I needed you to focus on the message. Then plus it was, I was just trying to be a little daring with it. But anyway, so I'm here at the station, phillyhotradio.com. I'm live internet, I'm live YouTube. Phone line has not rung, but it's okay because I am back, boy. Woo! But in the meantime, and all of in between time, yeah, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Yeah, I think I got something in my way, right, on YouTube. Is that how they go? Yeah. Yeah, what's up, YouTube? I haven't seen you in so long. But anyway, I came on here to talk about domestic abuse, domestic violence, I can say this, that there was a young lady that put a post up. I forgot exactly how it went. But she put a post up and wanted to have somebody come on and broadcast with her in March for, it was Women's Month in March. And my cousin tagged me in it. And I was like, okay. So I got hit again. I was like, okay, what the problem is? So when I reached out to him, he, was telling me about the young lady. Her and I connected and everything. So she wants me to co-host with her in March I didn't get all the details, but, there's an organization in Chester that's doing some stuff, and she wants me to help co-host with her during the Women's March Month. And I was like, cool, okay, all right, yeah. So she's involved with some youth and a lot of stuff that's going out in Chester. So I won't give too much of a shout out because I hadn't got all the details, but I did get the details for Rodney Reed. So check out the case. It's gonna be a minute, but I got connected with George Floyd's family and got to hang out, had him come to my house. Got to hang out on our, was that March on Harrisburg 2020. And yeah, so now I'm connected with Rodney Reed, and God willing, he will be released. And this will be my first prison interview. So I'm literally anxious and geeking. I'm excited. I'm proud about that, to know that, my name, my interview would sit alongside people like Dr. Phil and Oprah. And, it's like, wow, Cardi B threw it out there, T.I., Beyonce. So it's like, wow, I got connected. Look at God. So this is that North Philly girl that had no idea she's going to be doing some communication, this is the shy kid. I was the shy kid. Look at me. I'm boisterous as I don't know what. I'm still a little shy. I get a little nervous. Y'all can't see me. Hands be, twitching and stuff. But I'm good. I'm good. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to wrap this up a little bit, and yeah, came on here to talk about domestic violence and all that good stuff. Let me get in the camera's way. Hey, camera, can you catch me? So I'm back. Yeah, Thursdays. Supposed to be 5 to 7. They got me 6 to 8. But I'm here. I'm here. I'm grateful. I'm humble. I'm happy. I'm hungry for more. And yeah, I'm gonna do what I do. Sure. Yeah. Sure, in the meantime, all of in between time, yo Facebook, yo Instagram, yo YouTube, yo live internet, yo my peoples. I'm about ready to take a pause, an extended pause for the cause, and shut it down. But I wanted to, talk about some things, share some things that has been going on. I did put I did send all my stuff off for my book, because I know y'all like, yo, wasn't she posted? Yeah, I didn't get anything back. I signed up to be a firefighter in Delaware, a volunteer firefighter in Delaware. I was supposed to get my physical and I didn't. So when I kept saying I needed that one thing, I didn't get the physical. Yeah. There's always soon. Yeah. I've been nominated for some award in Philly, but because COVID came, it's been rescheduled to May. It's so much to try to get you caught up in my active life. Yeah, I'm trying to remember everything, because it's like once I hit the send button, I close this out, then it's like, oh shucks, I forgot to talk about this. I forgot to talk about that. I forgot to talk about how happy I am. I forgot to talk about every day I wake up and talk about how grateful I am, because at my age, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't use drugs. The best part about what I love is that I'm not on any medication. I'm not under any doctor's care. The only thing I need are my what? Reading glasses. Yeah, boy. But anyway, I just wanted to come on, real fast, and all jokes aside, I'm back at the station. I've been putting it out there. So Philly Hott, your girl is back. I don't know what name to say I'm at, because they got me under Philly Finest, but I'm talking about the Sony show. So I'm gonna keep Philly Finest so I can dabble back and forth with the Sony show. So for those who don't know, PhillyHottRadio.com. Go online right now. Philly Hott Radio, PhillyHottRadio, PhillyHottRadio.com. Go on right now. Catch me live, or you can go on YouTube, Philly Hott Radio. Y'all right now and see me. Hey, Mom, live. Yeah, boy. I threw the phone line number out. No one picked it up. It's okay. Wait a minute. Phone work? Yeah, boy. Phone works, but it's okay. It's all right. You know, I'm here. Oops, 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 oops. All right. So I'm here. But I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to just recap on domestic abuse. Yeah, it's not a pretty picture for the receiver. At any given time, and it can't be a beautiful feeling. Can't be a beautiful feeling for the person that is um, rocking the blues. But you know, it is what it is. So um, we'll see how that goes. Is there anything I need to talk about? Is there anything I need to talk about? Well, I don't have any guests because normally I would close out and tell my guests they have to leave my audience with something positive to rest their head on. But I ain't got none. And let me stop saying improper English because some young child is going to look at me and say, that's not. And then my old college professor, Dr. Ford, I love you. She's going to look at me and like, that's not what I taught you. And I'm like, okay. So let me be the one that leaves something. Shoo, shoo. Oh, I used my cliche, didn't I? I always say stay focused, right? Mm. You know what? It is what it is. So what can I say? What can I say? I can say what I always say, stay focused. Because when you stay focused, everything that God has for you is what? It's coming to you. And since God's time is not our time, we don't know when he's going to come with your blessing. I'm just saying, why would you want to miss it? Been there, done that. Woo, you got the co-worker act like they the boss and the boss act like they not there. You got the children swinging from the chandelier. You got that one relative that's always putting doubt out there. You're never going to accomplish anything. You're never going to be anything. And you just got to stay focused. How you do it, I really don't care. Honestly, I really don't. I'm going through my own stuff. All I care about is that you stay focused. Because when you stay focused, everything that God has for you is what? It's coming to you. The last thing you want to do is do that. Yo, God, what happened? God, what had happened? And then God says, well, what had happened was I said, you don't want that conversation. So just stay focused. Don't worry about what your neighbor has. Don't worry about what they're doing. Just worry about what you need to be doing to get where you have to go, that you set out. This is what I want in life. So I need you to stay focused. I need you to keep your head up. I need you to keep the faith. I don't care what obstacles come your way, what it looks like, how you feel. I really don't care. Truth be told, I really don't. I'm going through my own, but I smile in the midst of it because what happens is I was told, I read it, and I was told, and I read it, but I was told that when you confuse the devil and your enemy, they don't know which way to go. They don't know should they continue hitting you or let it go. So you got to keep smiling in the midst of everything. You got to keep smiling in the midst of everything, because eventually what happens is you'll wind up ignoring both of them and you'll be focusing on what? All that positivity that's generating, circling all around you. So that's just me. I got to keep smiling. I got to keep being happy because, even though I'm going through some stuff, there's still some people that would love to see me fall and stay right where I'm at, and that's never going to happen. I'm going to fall, but I'm going to rise, and when I rise, I tend to rise a little bit stronger than when I fell. So, but anyway, it's been nice. It's been nice chatting. Like I said, I haven't been over here in like a minute, boy. I'm back. Like, yeah, boy, I'm back. But I gotta go. It's 8 o'clock. Yes, 8 o'clock. Check me out. I don't know next week. I do know I am going to be hanging out with Roderick Reed. He is the brother. So let me reiterate this again. I have been blessed to have my name attached to celebrities like Oprah and Dr. Phil and Cardi B and the list just goes on and on, because now I get an exclusive interview with not just the inmates' relatives, but key organizations that are attached to making sure Rodney Reed is free. And wow, yeah, it's such an honor and such a privilege. So I gotta get on my A game. You know, I've been researching this stuff, but you never can not research and get enough information on anything. So I gotta make sure, you know, I'm pulling my law cards out, you know, asking the questions, and pull my common sense cards out when asking the questions, and God willing. Yes. Oh, might I say, there is a movie coming out. Yeah, there's a movie coming out, and I have been connected to the movie that's coming out. Like, yeah, boy. So I can't wait for that one. Yes, yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to share that one. So, y'all didn't call. It's okay. It's cool. But I'm back, boy. Yeah, boy, I'm back. What's up, YouTube? Yeah, your girl is back. Check me out, Philly Finest. Oh my gosh, you don't want to miss it. PhillyHotRadio.com is going down, live internet, live YouTube. Oh, I got the Facebook going on. Phone lines are open, but I'm soon to close this. If you wouldn't get your last shout out, we are live on the air. 484-477-6348. Call, check me out. Say hello. How you doing? You know, it's okay. But in the meantime, and all of it between time, yo, I gotta go.